Welcome back to another beautiful day in the Matrix. We're back on the next layer, the number one alpha show. We talk about technical analysis. We talk about projects. We talk about news. We basically just do everything on the show so that you don't have to go across every single YouTube channel and X account. You get an all-in-one platform. That's what me and Bill are about today. Bill, how are we doing today, sir? And what's your overall thoughts of just the market in general? How about that?
Bull run ready. I gotta give a shout out to the homies of the Zach community. Dude, I'm so pumped. And honestly, if you've been following us for the last month, I've been full bull. I basically have told bears to get the fuck out. You don't deserve what's coming. And it's slowly coming on. We have a lot to talk about. A lot of it's also because of the Murad meta and what's going on. And so I'm super optimistic. And we just started the solar cycle. We just had the solar eclipse. Elections are coming up. So fucking pumped, man. So we're going to talk all about it. We're going to talk about all the coins that we think are going to be doing really well. So I think this is going to be a bigger episode.
Absolutely. There's so much going on in the space. Meme coin, SUPERCYLE is definitely in play. I know you guys have been hearing a lot about that. And also the big point I think Bill really got across, bull run is right around the corner. This is the time to start making plays because when retail starts coming in and you get all the funny money and the get rich quick type of guys, that's when you're going to be concerned making your exits. So what we try to do is give you plays, places to look, how to research, how to read charts, and you can take these skills and techniques and apply it into your life as a trader, a hodler, or just a general investor. So yeah, like I said, man, I'm really excited, and I wanted to talk to you about Zach today because we talk a lot about Solana. We talk about different plays. Everybody knows I like Selfie Doll. That's my play. I'm not attached, but I really like it. But I see you blowing up with the Zach community, and I also saw the main account follow you. So give us a breakdown what the Zach coin is and what do you expect for it?
All right, so I'm very particular when it comes to what I want to buy, right? It's just important to me. I'm not somebody like if I go in something, it's because I believe in it. So with Zach in particular, number one, I've known this is just my personal opinion. I'm not the best to kind of be a new launch person. I just am not. Like I see something go up. I know it's going to correct. I get scared. Is the dev going to rug? Blah 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 blah. I don't know. But what I like is when a project is like sustained an 80 to 90% correction. We've seen it in the pulse chain world very well with the Tropa, the PDIs, the Teddies. That's where I like to enter because I know they survive. If you can survive an 8% drop, you're in. So let's look at Zach, for instance. Let me do a live stream on Zach. And I'll tell you two reasons why I'm absolutely bullish on this one. And I think it should be on everyone's radar for Zach. So, okay, you got it going on. Okay, well, let me actually pull up mine because I have to show you guys a Wyckoff pattern too. And I want to show love to the community because they have shown me so much love as well. So let's see. All right, 1 second. Let me all right, let me share this screen real quick. Sorry, everyone. I'm not really. All right, let's go to Zach. All right, so let's talk Zach, right? All right, you see my screen, right, Chris?
Yes, sir.
All right. So one thing I like about Zach, so when I was a part of this whole run up here, it was so fun. You had Zach Morris, and again, for people who don't know, Zach Morris in the stock world was kind of like the king in 2021. People aped whatever. So initially, I thought to myself, all right, retail needs to come in. Are they going to talk about a who better to lead retail like your traditional normies than the actual Zach Morris, who was sued for like 100+ million by the SEC or whatever DOJ wrongfully, and he won the case. And so he's that face, right? And he's kind of like an autist in a good way. He's hilarious. He's kind of like a cult leader. And then you also have Vitaly in the crypto space, who's huge influencer. So I was like, all right, cool. So it hit this top, and then you see this huge retrace, and I was like, all right, well, I don't know what's going on, but these are the moments that separate, a project from failing or surviving. If you can survive this type of drop, you're going to be massively good. So I noticed that they were not only surviving, but they were building really good structure, right? And so this drop was from May to, I don't know, August, September. So what that shows me, two things. It showed me that the sellers are all gone, selling's drying up. And now you have core holders, core believers. So I knew that was the moment that this is where I need to come in. And so Zach has never stopped posting. And then I saw Murad's tweet, and Murad's tweet, and if you don't know who he is, please follow him. His tweet and his thesis is, this is the meme coin super cycle. Not only is this meme coin super cycle, the only ones that are going to do well are the ones that have the cult-like following. To me, Zach on Solana is the cult-like following. We have a real leader, which is Zach Morris, who I think normies, again, are going to follow someone like him than a random Anon on Twitter. He's pushing it. He's hilarious. And we have a chart. And the last thing I'll show you is on this chart, this thing is going to move. The reason why, even if you don't care about the coin, look at this chart. This is a clear Wyckoff accumulation pattern. You have your SC, you have your ST phase B, your LPS, your SOS, sign of strength. Everything has been called. I've been calling this since around here. And I just noticed the EMAs. So if you look at the EMAs on longer term time frame on the daily, which is what I like, this is huge to me. This green is a 50 EMA. It hasn't been reclaimed since July. It touched it July 11th, and then boom. EMAs are huge. The moment you can have a cross from the 21 and the 8 above the 50, you're going to have a massive move up. And look what's happening. We have crossed above the 50, and sustained multiple daily candles. And now it's just a matter of getting everything apart. So this blue one is your 8. Now the yellow or whatever this is the 21. And now you're 50. So what's going to happen is you just ride this thing up. So I truly believe it's going to be fast. And if you see this, it's a waterfall down. That means huge selling on the way down, but that's great on the way up. And last thing I'll say is I expect, boom, this to happen real soon. There's no resistance. Yes, there's resistance at the 100 mark. We'll determine what goes on here. But to me, it's a 15 million market cap project. I think this is going to hit 100 million. Probably, I don't know time frame, but I'd say in the next, within a month, I think it's 100 million. So for that, and last thing I'll say with Zach, the community is absolutely cult-like. They have shown me so much love, and they raid hard. And to me, that's a sign of a perfect project. If you can't raid your community, then fucking you're not a cult. But if you can raid and you show love to influencers, whoever, then I know you guys are going to succeed. So I'm full on Zach. Shout out to Zach Moore. Shout out to Zach community. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Chris.
I love it, man. I love it, man. Hey, just real quick. That was a lot of phenomenal information. Now, real quick, Wyckoff accumulation pattern. When you tweeted that out, I spent about, I would say, 9 hours researching Professor Wyckoff and what he was creating. Based on this Wyckoff accumulation pattern, can you give us a great breakdown of what this means for the future of the ZAC token? And how does this compare to Elliott wave theory when it comes to price movements, if that makes sense?
Yeah, well, Elliott wave theory is just a general principle of what a asset will do, right? It's a five moves total to complete a pattern, any sort of asset. Wyckoff though is the trading mentality, the trading theory. And so for those that don't understand, technical analysis or think it's full of it, I think you're wrong. I think market psychology is really, really important. So what it is think about the market as like an invisible hand. So Wyckoff, it's been around since the 30s. The theory is, at certain times, the people in charge of the market, the market makers, the manipulators, whatever, they are knowing to know periods to accumulate, and they know periods to distribute. And so obviously when things go up, like towards the distribution pattern, that's when we start seeing news. Oh my God, this is the next big thing, because they're slowly unloading positions on retail. So the goal is to acquire positions when it's in the accumulation phase. So with the standard pattern kind of doesn't play out too often, but in Zach's case, it's completely playing out. So right now you have the smart money is accumulating in the periods that I shown you. Now you're just sit back and relax. So with Zach in particular, the 100 million mark, we'll have the first period. If we blow past that, this thing is going way, way higher. But at some point, everything moves in cycles, right? Nothing goes up forever. Any asset, not just Zach, any single asset. Eventually, you're going to have something called the Wyckoff distribution phase. Now, when you see a long period of time where it's consolidating after a huge run up, after a huge run up, it starts consolidating, then you need to start thinking about Wyckoff distribution. And there's different patterns there. There's fake outs. what happens after market Wyckoff distribution is that's when smart sellers are selling, and you'll see a temporary drop, which coincides with the Elliott waves. Doesn't matter. There's cycles, right? So the goal as a participant is to get in accumulation, sell at distribution, and then wait again for the next accumulation round, sell at distribution, rinse and repeat.
Yes, sir. And just to build on what Bill the Bull was talking about, I actually put out a tweet, and this kind of relates to what's going on with Zach right now, but this was with a popular project I really like called Dragon X. So what I went ahead and did was I took one of the Wyckoff accumulation periods and I just drew it out on the chart. And so what I saw was Zach when Bill the Bull was talking about it is we're getting into about phase D. So there's 5 phases: A, B, C, D, and E. And once you get into that phase E, that's when you're going to start to see your breakout. So what Bill the Bull is saying is we went through this accumulation phase, we're starting to build up, and then we're getting very close to that. I believe it was somewhere in between phase D and phase E. And then that's when we start to see the next leg up, especially for projects like Zach and other ones in this market. Do you think that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, and phase E is the most explosive part of your asset. Zach's entering phase E. This one you're saying is entering phase E. What you do in phase E, you do nothing. Sit back, hold, don't trade, relax. Meme it up. I don't know. Just sit back, relax, enjoy the vibes, and follow the EMAs. That's the way I do it. And so again, with Zach, let me just show you guys one more time. And again, I have much love for the Zach Army, and shout out to actually Zach. I'm manifesting, my friend. He is going to come on the podcast one day. We're going to make it happen because I think the community needs to see Zach Morris representing. So again, if you see this, look at the EMAs. Even if you don't know anything, just don't. If the 3 EMAs are above each other, the 8, the 21, the 50, do nothing. The moment you start seeing closes above certain EMAs, okay, fine, maybe do something. But right here, you do nothing, and this is going to hit this top. And again, what happens after 100 million in the short term? In the long term, I think Zach's going to 1 to 5 billion because I believe truly we're in a meme coin super cycle. But again, I'm just thinking about it month and month. So if you don't care short-term trading, don't worry, sit on your bag. The lows are in. The lows are in. I don't believe we see anywhere below this ever again. Even when you have a distribution, never, because that would complete the structure. And last thing I'll say with this, for those that don't know Elliott wave, this is what I expect. This was your wave 1. This was your wave 2. And again, these waves take a while. This is what's going to happen. Wave 3. Be prepared, guys. Zach Army, be prepared. This is going to happen at some point. Then you probably have a 4 and then eventually a 5. So I can't predict the duration, but 3 is happening past all time high. This is a Wyckoff move. So again, it might hit 100, dip, I don't know, and then eventually here. So keep your eye on the prize, Zach Army. I mean, this is what Wyckoff, this is Elliott wave. So bullish on the Zach Army. So shout out to you guys. And yeah, I'll stop moonboying for Zach for the moment.
I love it, man. Hey, that was a great breakdown. And the best part about it was the education component about that was phenomenal, man. So I'm sure the audience really appreciates the knowledge that you spread across the audience. And I definitely do appreciate the knowledge you spread over with your technical analysis skills. So absolutely, Zach, awesome project. I think that's something that should be on your watch list, or maybe you should consider just take a look in, because I think what's going on with Zach and this entire narrative is going to be phenomenal. And another indicator before we move on that I always pay attention to is outreach and engagement on Twitter. And if we come over here and we just take a quick look on, well, X, technically, not Twitter, there's about 10,000 followers, but I'm looking at some of these posts, man. This one got 304,000 views all across the board. 304,000. So what that tells me is a lot of people know about Zach. They're eyeing it.
Well, dude, Chris, if you want to get a better metric, that's just the main account, which is good. Look at the one I just posted in the public room. Look at this account. This is Zach Morris. This is like our cult leader. So go to his account. He's like 600,000 followers. He is the messiah for Zach. He is the most hilarious guy. This is the guy that if you're in the community, you follow a guy like him. And what I like about this guy, I've never met the guy, but I know he has the personality that really vibes a lot with the crypto environment. He's hilarious. He's degen. He's autistic in a good way. I'm not saying he's really autistic. I'm just saying he's just hilarious. He posts the Zach meme onto random images anytime he can. And that's the stuff that crypto people love. He makes you laugh. So because of him, that makes me bullish. He's kind of like, in my opinion, like the Richard Hart circa 2021, 2020, where people loved Richard because of his cult following, but he's like way cooler. He's not ostentatious or a braggart. He's just hilarious. He does the spaces. So, in my opinion, any good meme needs that. I don't say you need it, but I think it's a very added bonus to have like a leader who's public facing that people can rely on. Look at Charles Hoskinson, 80 Cardano, the worst project ever, but he was the face. He did really well. He kind of rallied the troops. Same with Sergey, Link, same shit, different day. Now with memes, again, Pulse World, we have Maria, Richard Hart, Titan X ecosystem. You have your boy, he's the face of it. But now you have Zach. In my opinion, Zach is the face. And the last thing, Iggy Azalea, Mother. Everyone loves Mother. She's that cult-like figure. How high is Mother? It's over 100 million. So Zach's going to follow that same footsteps. And as long as Zach Morris, the real guy's in it, I'm in it as well. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Hey, great analysis, and took the words right out of my mouth, man, because that's what we're looking for. The outreach, the engagement, the marketing, and look, Zach has every single component about it. So Bill just gave you his pick on Solana. Now I want to go through my pick real quick.
Let's do it.
We'll keep it moving because I was actually looking at this chart and I noticed that we actually hit a bullish divergence that I want to point out. And there's a good chance that we might see another move, especially moving into wave 3 of the Elliott wave theory. So I'm going to get rid of this real quick and then get rid of this. And then I'm going to move this over just for this analysis, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, so we're getting into Selfie Dog. I really like Selfie Dog. This project rugged in the beginning, and then right around, I believe, move this out of the way. It was probably right around close to July 14th. It got brought back very quickly. So just an overall trend. I'm not going to go to log scale right now. I'm just going to keep on normal scale. We're following this beautiful uptrend. Now, the one thing I've been paying special attention to is the MACD and the RSI. And the one thing I love about the MACD and the RSI is you can look for something called bullish divergence and a bearish divergence. So if you guys just come here and take a look at the MACD, you have these moving averages, the 12 and the 26. On the daily, it's the average price of the past 12 days, and it's the average price of the past 26 days. When you start to see these lines cross when it's going up and then coming back down, that signals that you might get some sell pressure. But when it starts to bottom out and crosses again, that means you are getting buy pressure. It's saying that the buyers are exceeding the sellers and then vice versa on the other end. Now, one thing that we noticed during this fall was we've been slowly in a upwards accumulation period. And then recently, the past couple of days ago, we actually had the 12 and 26 cross. And then looking at the RSI, we have a trend line pointing down, and we actually had a cross over the RSI. So what this signals is a bullish divergence. It means that there's going to be a massive reversal in price. The buyers are exceeding the sellers at a larger rate, and there's could be a potential of some awesome price action. Now, I don't like to just stick with one trading indicator. I always like to bring in a second opinion. Just like when you go to a doctor's office, a doctor tells you that there's something wrong with your chest. There's nothing wrong with going and getting another doctor's opinion. So the other thing I also wanted to take a look at was the stochastic RSI. Right when this bullish divergence hit, the stochastic RSI was at the bottom. And when it's at the bottom and slowly starts to rise to the top, that means that when you see the price correlation, it's strengthening. So in my opinion, what I'm seeing with Selfie Dog, we are about to go full into wave 3. I think it's a phenomenal narrative. I think they have a really, really great hold on the Solana community. And I think they have the potential to be an absolute sleeper. Bill the Bull, you got any thoughts on Selfie Dog or any initial assessment?
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on Selfie. Let me actually just move little avenues. I got to go outside. My wife's kicking me out of the room.
No worries. Gotcha. Well,
yeah, no, I'll go in right now.
Yeah. While you move. So overall, guys, with the all Bill moves outside, I'm just gonna say real quick, You know, the thing about Solana is there's still going to be movement. There's still going to be meme coins. There's still going to be stuff going on, and there's still going to be this awesome narrative. And in my opinion, now that not many people are paying attention to it, now's the time to start looking at these plays like Zach, like Selfie Dog, because ultimately, when we get to the next phase of the bull market, there's still going to be some mooners on Solana.
So
the bull, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm back. So I love Selfie. Let me present something for you guys real quick.
Okay.
And I think Selfie is actually one that I have a pretty big position as well. The thing I like about Selfie is this accumulation. Again, it follows my thesis that I don't really care for the initial waves initially. Like it's just a lot of stress because you don't know what's going to go happen, right? Like if you notice here, hit 31 million and then it's just dropped all the way to like 800K or something. Like I'd freak out. But the fact is not only did they survive this area, they thrived. And they hit all-time high again and then tap. So to me, this is a clear, again, Elliott wave, a clear 5-move pattern. Let's just get this in again. This is your 1, this is your 2, and then they're working on the 3. This is your subwave 1, subwave 2. 3 is going to take it all-time high. It's going all-time high at some point, no doubt about it. And so for me, this is a really attractive chart for me. So if you notice, I've kind of like, to me, this is just a retest of this like horizontal line that's been in place since July. And this is kind of like a nice little cup and handle forming. So eventually this yellow line is going to break, which is a previous all-time high around 30, I'd say 37, 36 million. The moment it hits 36 million, clears it with volume, this thing's going to price discovery. So anywhere around these ranges, I mean, I wouldn't check the minute chart. Who cares? Between 20 and 30 million, doesn't matter. Accumulate, because eventually it's going to break and it's going to break hard. And Selfie Dog has that narrative where it's cute. People are going to take selfies. You'll start hearing about it more. So I definitely expect multiples in the coming weeks and months.
Absolutely. And phenomenal analysis, especially with the Elliott wave theory. I mean, I really do believe that this is going to be a really, really big narrative on top of Solana. And one of the things that really sold me about this project, I know I talked about last time, is just this photo. People take this photo, they put it on celebrities' photos, they put it on everywhere. And the fact that it has that viral factor and the meme just looks so stupid, those are the things I look at for meme coins. Now, I don't like the over technical stuff. I like it to be simple. I like it to be funny. Zach is simple. Selfie Dog is funny. They both make sense. Would you say that's a fair assessment, Bill?
I do, and I feel it's going to be it. The charts tell everything. You can always make a bullish case for anything, and I think Selfie Dog is one to look at. So for me, Zach's my clear number 1. I do like Selfie a lot. I think it's going to do really well. And the last thing, we don't need to talk about it, but I like just for people to know, on Solana, I'm in Retardio. It sounds crazy, but it's actually Murad's 3rd biggest holding. And if you guys don't know who Murad is, he's Bitcoin. He's the meme coin Jesus of the cycle. And basically SPX has gone up from like 20 million to 500 plus. I think another one was Giga. He's a big Giga guy. I think it's like 400 million, just crazy numbers. So I figure, with that one, it's very cult-like community, and I'm just following Murad Meta. So excited for Solana, man. I think Solana is pretty bullish at this cycle at this point.
Yeah, man. I'm just checking out Murad's Twitter. And for those guys who know, so Murad actually had these viral videos of him talking about the whole point of meme coins and the fact that, you got a lot of these VC funds dumping. It's a great opportunity for retail to come in. And this guy has been going absolutely crazy viral. And, Bill, we had a little pre-live stream conversation about him. And I saw a few videos. Just overall, when did you first hear about Murad, and what really attracted you to his account and to be a follower of all the stuff that he's really preaching and talking about?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I did not know who the hell he was until like maybe 2 weeks ago. Literally had no idea. And I wish I did, because he's had a lot of alpha. Probably would have liked to get an SPX. But then the video in his pin profile, he did a talk in Tokyo 2029 or 2049. And it's a must watch, man. If you're into this market, if you're in the meme cycle, meme coin industry, or you like meme coins, it's a must watch. He's given the thesis as to why this is a meme coin super cycle and why, alt season is not really going to be there unless if you're in a meme, and not only just any meme, it has to be a cult like community, which actually gave me a lot of conviction to Zach. Actually, Murad doesn't do celebrity coins, and I think for the most part, celebrity coins aren't good. But I think Zach's an exception. I think Mother's an exception. But I'm pushing Zach because of everything Murad has done in this thesis. So for him, he does believe TradFi is coming in. VCs are going to come in. And I know for the longest time, they've been fading meme coins. I know venture capitalists who won't touch it, but I think they're changing. And I think Q4, they changed completely because they need to go where the growth is. So, it's a must watch. I'm bullish, man. And because of him, I'm even more bullish on the coins that we've kind of selected.
Absolutely. Hey, look, I agree with you 100%. Meme coins are a thing, and they're going to be very big, and they're going to be bigger than a lot of these other altcoins, because me and Bill, we had a very unique experience in the Matrix when Pulse Chain had its meme coin run after the PDI stuff. So just from that experience, man, I would say that, hey, we kind of figured this stuff out real quick. But then we had the Solana run, then we had the base run, then we had the ton chain run, and it was just meme coin run after meme coin run, and then now we're going over to SUI, and SUI's absolutely going bananas right now. So Bill the Bull, in your opinion, when it comes to this cycle, do you think the main focus should be meme coins for your portfolio, should be altcoins, or should you do something that's very well balanced, not financial advice?
No, I mean, I think it's memes completely. I think if you're stuck in a dinosaur coin 2017, 2021, I think you're going to be upset with the gains. And you got to think about it. So there's a couple things. And Murad touches on this. The dinosaur coins of 2017, 2021, they have bag holders ready to just unload. There's so much. And I've always been in the belief that the best opportunities are the first cycle coins. I think, Sami have said that on Pulse Chain. I think a lot of people kind of agree because those are the ones that can enter price discovery. Those are the ones that don't have bag holders years waiting to unload. And so I think the traditional, alts aren't bullish anymore. Yes, they will probably do well and move up, but I think you're going to see your parabolic gains in the memes and especially the cult-like memes. Because what crypto is supposed to be fun. Crypto is all about fun. And you don't have any VCs dumping on you. You don't have unlocks. You don't have cliffs. It's all fully diluted. So to me, you should have a high percentage of your portfolio in meme coins. Again, nothing I say is financial advice. You guys do whatever you want. I literally don't care. I'm just giving you my advice, and my conviction is fully on board with meme coins. What do you think, Chris?
I agree with you. I think I like to have there's a few altcoins that, well, actually, let me back up. Meme coin trader to heart. I absolutely love meme coins. Did really well. I know you've done well. Our boy Guga's done well. A lot of the people that we talk with on an everyday basis is extremely well. But if I were to go into an altcoin, I got to see an opportunity. Like, for example, like BitSensor Tau, I think on the AI side, it's definitely got something there, and there's no VCs dumping on you. So when it comes to these altcoins, I'm very, very careful. But also on the flip side, this is the main problem why so many people are mid curving a lot of these coins. So overall, I'm in the same headspace as you. I do have a few altcoins, but they're first cycle altcoins, and they have to have pass a certain amount of tests before I go messing around with them.
Yeah.
Another example, what was that? I think it was Celestia, phenomenal project, phenomenal tech. But the main thing is they're having a massive VC unlock coming the next day where they're going to release, I think, 80% of their token supply. Well, 80% of their current circulating market value from a VC unlock is going to hit the market. So there's a good chance the token price will get hit. You guys can read about this.
Yeah, and I think to be honest, the VC route in 2024 is dead. Like, I think people are frustrated and over it because and again, Murad's video is probably the best 20 minutes you can spend understanding the thesis, and he talks all about it. In 2021, all these VCs, they literally were in the game to just dump on retail. Yeah, some retail can make decent money. The insiders would do great. The seed rounds. Meme coins represent a completely different structure. It's all about freedom and it's all about equal opportunity. And that's why cult-like memes are even the better ones, because those are the memes that are giving the chance for, people from lower socioeconomic backgrounds to actually win in life. It's actually only asymmetric gain risk possible. And so I think, like I said, I think these older coins, I'm basically full on meme maxi at this point. Even on the Pulse Chain world, I don't anymore even own PLS or PLSX. I love Pulse Chain. I'm all about Atropa, PDI, Teddy. Those are the ones, PWBTC, first cycle coins. I love the Titan X ecosystem, first cycle coins. I love obviously Base, first cycle coin. I love Solana, Zach, first cycle coin. So to me, that's just my thesis, and I think that's probably, again, I think it's a smart move, but everyone's different. But just be aware and be knowledgeable of what's going on. That's all I say.
I agree, man. And a great strategy. I know we just went through a lot of information, but a great strategy, just like a very simple approach. If you like SWI, Solana, Base, or any of these chains, you don't necessarily have to own the native gas token or the government's token. Find the best meme coin on top of it, and that's where you make your bet. Because if you think that chain's going to do well, there's a good chance that the best meme coin is going to be somewhere between that 5%, 15% market cap ratio. So, for example, if your L1 goes to $100 million, that number one meme coin could get anywhere from $5 million to $15 million, 5 to 15% of the market cap of the L1. That's a very great rule of thumb. And that's why I use to assess when I go into a new chain. And when I go on new chains, I don't buy like 3 or 5 on every single one. I just find the best one and bet on it. You think?
Yeah, and it's more fun that way, honestly. Again, once you become part of a community, you sense this. You're, and Murad touches on this. There is actually utility in meme coins. The utility of friendship, community building, feeling a sense of belonging. People pay money to see therapists, to like have ability to have friends. People pay, and I respect all of that. Meme coins actually have more utility, in my opinion, than vaporware that literally does nothing. A lot of these projects, you don't need a token except to pad the pockets of, a developer or the team. So I feel there's more utility in it. And I do agree with you. You don't need to buy the native token. You just need to buy one of the top memes and you'll have more fun with it. So I think, and it's a leverage play on the ecosystem. So one of the things that everyone watching, and we have probably a lot of new viewers, is on the next layer. What we do is we look at all these chains to see the best opportunities, in our opinion. Again, none of this is financial advice, but we're just kind of going through our thoughts. We're veterans in the space, and kind of showing you guys what we think is good on different chains. And again, we just want to educate. Whether you guys do anything with it or not doesn't matter, and then we'll make some banger clips from it and share it out during the week.
Absolutely, 100%. And just a quick question that came up, because also in the next layer, we do answer your questions. That's also a big thing. Now, he said, Chris, what do you think about Bitcoin short, U.S. government planning to sell 4 billion? Without even looking at the Bitcoin chart, I just want to get something clear across. They're trying to shake you out. I'm already putting this out here. He's talking about the Mount Gox. No. It's the Silken Roads initiative. So what they like to do is they play this game of, hey, we're going to take some Bitcoin and sell it. And typically when they sell it, they don't tell you. They just put it out as a news article to manipulate the price. So in my opinion, I can't necessarily prove it. But if you just take a look at the price chart, I think this is some sort of manipulation, a way to shake you out, a way to get you really scared before we get into the best bull run. Buildable, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, don't be that person who's scared of FUD. You got to understand things. This market's manipulated. They're trying to shake you out. The time is not to worry about, what's going to happen. It's going to drop. I truly believe this is not a bear market. Or first of all, it's definitely not a bear market. And I don't believe this is the end of the bear market. Again, if you're new to us, this is a dragon year, universal 8-year. 2024 is a dragon year. You have until, in my opinion, February, March to really make massive gains. I'm pretty convinced March is going to be bad. And I think that could coincide with like a multi-month dip across the board on all the alts. But up until then, I think there's going to be a massive run. So I think it's a big mistake to give into the elites, the cabals that push out this news to scare people into selling, because they're just laughing. Again, accumulation zone. Remember, Wyckoff accumulation. They're going to want to gather it, and then once they have enough, they're going to let this market run. So don't worry about that, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the other thing I also want to point out, Bill, you got me obsessed with Wyckoff now. So I've been on this whole research thing for a couple days now, and if you guys go check out the Bitcoin chart, it's actually getting close to phase E of if you look at Wyckoff. Here, let's see if I still have it up here. I don't want to go too deep because we got some other stuff to talk about. But did I put the chart?
And
up
shout
here?
out to Facing Reality. I think that's a dope comment they made. Months from now, people will appreciate the alpha being shared. Appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah, hey, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just want I can't like pin it or anything because I don't have that access, but I just want to give a shout out to good people making great comments, and we're happy that we can, give some advice and knowledge to people, and they appreciate it.
Yes, sir. And hey, Facing Rally is one of my really good friends, down to earth dude in the Pulse Chain Tinex community. Guys, please follow him. He's always there to help out people, and I've been friends with that guy for almost 3 years now.
Nice.
So just come on here. If you guys look at the chart, you got phase D, and I don't want to go through all this other stuff. I mean, well, it has very similar setup if you just line this chart up. But if you just look at phase D, we come up here and it's forming like a little flag. We see a little flag right here. And actually, no, I'm sorry. I meant to come over here. So we're coming up here. We're flagging out right here. We're seeing a little flag right here. And then we're about to hit that break point.
Yep.
And this red line's a symbol of the beginning of phase E. So literally, if you were in this market, and this is for the old guys, if you have been in this market since this dip, it's been almost 99 weeks, 100 weeks, literally 100 weeks from this week. So if there's any time for you to lock in, now's the time. And don't worry about what's going on with the Matrix attacks and all the elites, because they always got something to say. So
yeah, and I think that was a good Wyckoff that you just shown. That's clear Wyckoff. Phase Z is about to happen once it breaks out. Market's going to go parabolic, and your alt, if you're in the market, just hold. This is hold season. Get your alts that you like and just hold. Don't rotate. That's another advice I would say. The worst thing you can do is just rotate in and out. I just don't think that's the wise move. Have conviction. There's going to be other alts that pop. You're not going to be in them all. But yeah, that's why I'm saying right now, the time to be in the markets now. And I think it might coincide. I truly, I do hope Trump wins, and that's my political beliefs. I do feel that if he does and coincides with this, the market explodes. But regardless, the time, in my opinion, is to be in the market is now, not be sidelined.
Yeah, man, this is the time to retire your bloodline. So I'm just saying, guys. Yeah. So good stuff, man. So awesome. And then the other thing I want to say, No Spoon, shout to you. Yo, Chris, yo, Bill, let's effing go. Good to see you, brother. Always good to have supporters in the chat. All right. Now, I want to go through and for all my Tinex guys, Bill the Bull, very big on base. Now he's a big Salon Zach guy, which is awesome. Yeah. He's like the king of multiple communities. He's expanding his kingdom. I absolutely love it.
Gotta go into, shout out to, I gotta go where the love is, bro. I can't just, I like to dabble.
Hey, man. Smart man. Very smart man. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about Titan X, a little big update. We actually have Titan X farms that launch, which is absolutely awesome. So, Bill, I know I've been telling you about so much about the Titan X ecosystem. There's so much going on. I could literally write a book. So I'm going to really break this down very simple. A lot of the projects that we see launching on top of Titan X are basically in their launch phase. Now, Eric from DragonX created something called the Tinex yield farms, where you can come in, go into these yield farms and earn something called the TINC. It's the Titan Farm Incentive Token. And so how this yield farm is designed is basically you reward T-Inc, and the fees are used to actually burn the T-Inc token, burn some of the tokens in the pool, and basically create a really great place where you can provide a bunch of liquidity and earn passive income. And so this actually launched randomly, no, not randomly, but on a whim yesterday, October 8th, 2024, the 8th month of the 8th day of the 8th year in the 8th sign of the Chinese zodiac sign. Chinese zodiac astrology. So It's all part of the simulation. So if you guys are into Titan X, please come over, check out this yield farm. If I come over here to the white paper, I'm not going to go through every aspect of this white paper because it'll take a minute. But the main thing you guys should take a look at is the TINK token. Basically, the LPs have 1 TINK per second, and that's at a fixed rate. And then the fees generated from the yield farm are going to be used to burn it. And as most of you guys know, Titan X and a lot of these products are designed to go up. So as the value of Titan X goes up, the more fees are going to be generated through this farm. And the more fees generated through this farm, it's going to be used to burn T-Ink. So the main idea behind this is to create one central location to have an immense amount of liquidity. And by using that liquidity providing, it's going to leverage it out to Uniswap and then use Uniswap to just continue to earn fees and support the over protocol. So overall, man, I absolutely love this. This is going to be big for not only Titan X, but Titan X altcoins and everyone in the community who's interested in getting into liquidity providing, earning passive income, or getting into a new project. Bill the Bull, I know you don't know much about this project, but just any overall general thoughts on
one thing
farms.
one thing I do like about the Titan X ecosystem. Again, I'm not an expert at it. You are. That's your baby. That's your home base, and I know your community really likes it. One thing I do like about it, and that stands out to me, it's very passionate group. Like the people about the Titan community love everything that's built on it, which is cult-like, which is amazing, which is what you need for an ecosystem to do well. So with that said, this reminds me of Pulse Chain days. I wasn't a part of Pulse Chain back then, or not Pulse Chain, Hex days. You know, it was very strong core of like maxis. And that's what I see with the Titan X ecosystem. It's a bunch of maxis, and that's great. And so for me, I get the alpha because of you. And so I need to learn more. I participate in it as much as you guys. And I just like to see it grow, and hopefully it continues to grow. And I just see the excitement being built. So it's hard not to fade that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And, overall, Titan X community is really, really great. And what the thing that really sold me on Titan X is that you're encouraged to build on top of it. Some other places, there's always like this hate and everyone's going at each other's throats. But ultimately, it's one of these few places where you can actually go in and, build. Everybody supports everybody. And hey, you never know. This might be a new step of DeFi and a new ecosystem that could entirely revolutionize the space. Now, one other thing I want to show you, Bill, because this actually really surprised me today, and I wasn't paying attention to this, and I want to apologize to everyone on Twitter. But first off, I want to give a special shout out to Slobs over Bliss. He was posting this chart, and this comes from a Titan X Premium account. And Titan X Premium has all the statistics. If you guys are interested in getting a Titan X Premium account, check out at the verse 369 and use my referral link to get 20% off. It's a really great way to understand the ecosystem and get into it. But since September 8th, the Titan X supply went from 77.5 trillion tokens all the way up to today, which is sitting at about 62 trillion tokens. So right around 12 to 13 trillion tokens are actually burnt right off the market. And there's a good chance that we might be seeing the beginning stages of deflationary behind Titan X and potentially hyper deflationary going down the road. So I also want to throw that out there for any of you Titan X guys, because, hey, there's a good chance we might be getting in that hyper deflationary phase that we've been talking about. Bill the Bull, any thoughts or any generalized opinion about this?
No, but that's some good alpha there. So shout out to him. I mean, that's obviously, yeah. I mean, that's extreme. That's bullish, and I'm pretty bullish on actually Titan X as well because everyone's building on it, so you need to have it. So I think actually Titan X could do some crazy numbers. And I know you Goo, everyone's so bullish on it. So I mean, it's something that I think people will really take notice as the price continues to move up.
Absolutely. Great stuff, man. So we got our last 15 minutes, and Bill, I just want to talk to you about one last project because we got a court case coming up. I want to talk to you about Pulse Chain. We got it on our title. I believe I had a label, is Pulse Chain dead or still alive? But it doesn't matter. Main point is, Bill the Bull, are you still bullish on Pulse Chain, and what are your thoughts coming into this upcoming court case?
Honestly, I'm not as bullish about Pulse Chain. 2023, I was extremely bullish on Pulse Chain. The market has decided. Do I think Pulse Chain will do well? Yes, I do. But I'm not, and I want everyone to know, I'm not a maxi of anything. I'm someone who's a realist, and I see kind of what it is. I do feel, here's a couple thoughts. If it wasn't for Tropa, PDI, PRCs, Pulse Chain would be absolutely dead. No one would care. So number one, that's a fact, I think. I think everyone would agree. Like Alien, Teddy Bear, none of that matters. If it didn't happen, no one cared. The thesis of Pulse Chain was always there needs to be another layer that can allow, I guess, another layer that allows cheap transactions. Because when the gas fees on Ethereum in 2021 were exorbitant, you needed to have somewhere else to transact. The market has decided they don't really care anymore. Solana and Base have now been those layers. So there's not really a need for Pulse Chain. So, and again, the last thesis was Richard Hart pumped his stuff. He was a really entertaining cult-like figure. He doesn't do that anymore. So what's the point of Pulse Chain at the moment? Honestly, Chris, I mean, I'm very curious to know your thoughts. I don't really see, will it do well? Yes, but I feel like too many people are waiting for the sacrifice rate to hit, to dump. I feel, yes, Richard has his billions in treasury that he can deploy. That's bullish. But like, I just don't see it doing really well. I mean, I think the PRCs are I think that's exciting. It's meme oriented. I think people will try to get PDI to peg. And so I'm very bullish on the PRCs. I don't want anyone to mistake on that. But as far as PDI, or as far as Pulse and PLSX, I don't really care anymore. What about you? What are your thoughts? That might be kind of controversial, but
Hey man, I love it, man. That was great. That was a great analysis. I absolutely love it. And that's the type of stuff we need to talk about here. And that's how we roll on the next layer. My big thing with Pulse, and I agree with you 100%. Base is doing a great job with scalability issues, and then we got Blast, we got Scroll, we got all these other networks besides like the VC funding. They're doing their best to keep the gas fees down, and you can already see on the network the gas fees are still up a little bit, but they're not as bad as they used to be. So it's clearly evident. Now, in my opinion, when it comes to Pulse Chain, the main selling point is PDI. That is the only selling point I can come across, because if this decentralized stablecoin narrative comes to fruition, it's going to go viral. Outside of the scalability, cheap gas fees, liquidity, yada yada yada, it doesn't matter. And I agree with you 100%. And so, in my opinion, if PDI can hit peg, Pulse Chain will go absolutely nuclear. If PDI doesn't hit peg, then it could be potentially a failed experiment. That's how I see it.
Yeah, so, and I think that's the narrative. It would be considered a failed experiment, but that's what makes it exciting. So I do feel that if you're in Pulse Chain, I think having exposure to the PRCs, the PDIs, the Atropas, the Teddy is like a must. Aliens, I think it's a must, because if those don't succeed, the chain fails. And so I feel if I was Richard Hart, I'd feel it's in his incentive to work with Maria, or maybe he is, to help push those things, because that's going to draw attention from other people on other chains to come in, because right now Pulse Chain is not really thought of too highly, except those that are in the community. So we'll see. And whether this court date does or not, I mean, I think all those PRCs are on their wave 3, macro wave 3 move. So I think maybe it's bullish, maybe it's not. I don't really know, but I feel pretty comfortable in the positions that I'm in. And so yeah, just kind of wait and see.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And the coins that I personally like on Pulse Chain, big fan of Teddy Bear, PTGC, Alien, and then PDI. So those are my top 4. And I'm just like you, man. I think we're on the same wavelength, the same spectrum, because I don't have any Pulse or Pulse X or whatnot. I have those 4 coins, and those.
Bro, I actually got rid of my Pulse X, and guess what I bought?
What you got?
I bought some. Nah, bro, I bought some more Zach. I put my money where my mouth is. I'm a Zach bull. Let's go. And so, but again, I feel more conviction in something like Zach than I do in PLSX. I just think that, like, and I have my bags are very, very packed for Atropa, PDI, Teddy. Like, all those were good. I have good bags, and that was fun. But you have to sometimes kind of pivot when you see fit, and that's what I did.
Yeah, and here I'm gonna bring up the Pulse chart and just show you where we're at right now. We don't have to go too far in TA, but You know, just looking at the daily, we did have another bottom on September 4th, 2024, and it's coming up here. It's forming a pretty decent. You can make a case for a inverse head and shoulders, or you can say this is a cup and handle in the daily. So, to whether or not that's actually a true bottom, we will see. But the one thing I'm paying attention to with this current rise is I believe the court case at the end this month. And my biggest concern about this situation is we saw what's going on with XRP and a lot of these projects is that when you have a lawsuit against any sort of crypto project, it's not a good scenario. It's bad PR. It's very difficult to promote. And if Polchain can get through this court case and let's say it gets resolved or goes into, I don't know, I'm not so big with the law stuff, but if it somehow gets resolved and there's a positive outcome in the future, I think it's going to be very positive for Polchain. If it gets dragged out some more, it's just going to be one of those things to hold it down. That's just my opinion. Any thoughts on that?
No, I think you're right. I think it's spot on analysis. So, time will tell. But at the moment, I think there's other bullish opportunities elsewhere. But that's also why I leave moon bags on different positions, because you just never know. Tension always shifts. So, gotta love crypto. There's always opportunity other places.
Yes, sir. Well, guys, I think we had an awesome show today. Bill the Bull. We covered Zach. We covered Selfie. We talked a little bit about going Bitcoin. We talked about Wyckoff. We talked about meme coins and strategies and a whole bunch of stuff. Bill the Bull. Anything else left from you?
No, I think, like I said, every Wednesday, noon PST, 3 Eastern, we do this show. I think it's very much needed because we come at it from an angle of letting you guys, educate you guys on what's going on in the market. We're not moon boys. We're not people who are going to be shilling you anything. Like, we're not here to, have you guys come up to shill your coin. It doesn't matter. What we're here is to educate, inspire, and just inform people. And I love this show. I love it a lot, actually. And so keep up. If you haven't done so already, follow Chris, follow myself, follow the verse, have it on notifications, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yes, sir. And like I said, awesome show today. Bill the Bull, thank you. And guys, catch you all on the next one. Peace out, y'all.